Where is your head right now on international? He did say this morning that he thought Asia would lag quite a bit, said probably not coming back for about 18 months. But on Europe, and we had this discussion yesterday talking about Boeing's wide-body demand, are you expecting us to do a stair-step higher on international in the next, say, 6 months?
I hope so. I'm getting pretty tired of not flying internationally, I'll say that. Yes, though I think as countries reopen to vaccinated travelers, you're going to see that same jailbreak going across the Atlantic, especially. I agree that Asia rather is going to take a long time to come back. I don't think there are a lot of people that are in a rush to go back to China or various places there, you know, the Olympics in Japan, no visitors anyway. But I think Europe will reopen, and at least we're hoping it reopens. And we see the same kind of demand that we're seeing in the U.S. Maybe there are 4 months behind us. I think it's hugely disappointing, though, that the UK isn't open. That's, you know, New York, London is one of the most profitable routes in the world, if not the most profitable route in the world. And the fact that it's closed is really disappointing. I heard yesterday that they were thinking about reopening in mid-July, but I feel like it's one of these delays, right? Every 30 days, they push it 30 more days. So I think that's not helpful. That's what I would say about that.
Helane, just to take a step back here and look at the stock charts of the passenger airlines. I mean, over the past month, down double-digit percentages, almost all of them. Quarter to date, similar story. Why the aggressive sell-off, and what is it going to take, catalyst-wise, to see a reversal?
Yeah, that's a great question, Morgan. So I think there's two major reasons maybe why they're down so much. First of all is this we were just talking about, the idea that the reopening in Europe especially hasn't occurred. You haven't had worldwide opening. And I think there's a lot of concern about this new Delta variant. You hear about it on the media. There are openings and then there are closings. And I think people are concerned about whether or not there's going to be sustained openings or whether we're going to spend a few years going through this open, close, which I think is one of the things that is weighing on investor minds. I think the other thing is just in terms of the numbers. So everybody was expecting a really good summer. And United said yesterday also that they were going to be profitable in the month of July on an adjusted basis. And, you know, you didn't specifically ask about the fact that when these airlines are updating guidance, the stocks are also going down. So it means that people are selling the news. And we're looking at really 2023 before we get back to 2019 levels of profitability. So that's a long time to wait. That's 18 months to wait. And So you can see why maybe the stocks are trading. And then the last point I would make is just with respect to capacity. United talked about big capacity growth, right? These are not insignificant numbers. You're replacing 50-seat aircraft with larger gauge aircraft. I mean, not like the 200-seat aircraft. Those are kind of going up the waterfall or up the curve, if you will. A 76-seater replaces a 50-seater, a 150-seater replaces a 76-seater, and so on. So you're seeing more seats added. And in United's case, they're adding a lot more premium seats and a lot of international. And so they're obviously expecting business traffic to come back. That's the only way it's going to make it work. And for us to get to that next level, like to go from 2 million passengers a day to 2.5 or 3 million passengers a day, we really need more business and international to come back. And you know, we think that's a 2022 event. So we can see these guys marking time for a while in here.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.